Hello, my name is Abdelkader Cornelius. I'm a sales engineer with Recorded Future and a threat researcher from Germany. And today's talk will be about the cybercrime ecosystem in the DACH region, aka German Angst. I'm doing cybercrime research and underground economy researching for the DACH region since almost 15 years and monitoring cyber criminals, their behaviors, their TDPs since I think 2003, 2005. And we'll tell you today and we'll give you more insight about how these cyber criminals evolved and adapted to several, things happening out there like influence from the Russian-speaking cyber criminals or English or other international cybercrime organized gangs we are aware of today. I'm presenting this or offering this talk to you because the ecosystem in the DACH region differs very much from what we are known or know about today's structure from Eastern Europe or other international speaking forums. The origins and today's structure of cyber criminals, the career started very early in the early times of Counter Planet, Shadow Crew, or Darkmarket. Some of you may aware or heard of these forums in the past. These are forums from the beginning of the new millennia, and these been international speaking forums, mostly led by Eastern European gangs or criminals, and some of them also English speaking. And the origins of these professional German language cybercrimes, well, goes back to this time. It's a period from 2000 to 2008. And the first split or split from the international community to some native speaking or German native speaking forums has been with Hacksector. And through the following 25 minutes, I will walk you through all the different forums which appeared, evolved, and disappeared during the past 15 years in the DACH region, going from Hacksector to today's crime network, and even telling you that, some people tried to create their own, cybercrime forums for their own culture. So people from Bosnia, Croatia, Macedonia, Montenegro, Serbia, or Slovenia, they tried to run their own forums like Comlink and Fatal just to bring their own people there and to give real life criminals from the mafia a chance to conduct their business also in a digital way. They failed because of their OPSEC. So they used their real life names to create the aliases on the forum. They used their real life IDs and documents to register the forums with a hoster and domain registrator. So you can imagine how easy it's been for law enforcement to find the people behind these forums and take the infrastructure off. And with the structure and the origins of the forums in the DACH region, also the payment methods evolved in a different way than we are aware of from Eastern European forums. So it all started with vouchers you were able to buy from the gas station, the pharmacy, or a normal grocery store, PaySafeCard or Ucash. And these been vouchers, took your cash to the counter at the gas station and you got a voucher with a number on it. It's been worth the amount you put on the cash counter. So there's been no KYC or any verification. If you had enough money, you were able to buy these vouchers for $500, $1,000, $2,000, no problem. And what they did is they bought their credit card or the digital good or the carded iPhone on the forum, paid with PaySafeCard. And the vendor or the user selling this product took the voucher number and reloaded with the voucher number, so-called prepaid debit card. This time there has been some prepaid debit cards you were able to load with PaySafeCard and Ucash and then just go to the ATM and cash out the money. Again, no KYC or something similar. No anti-fraud mechanism like we know it today. They adapted and went really fast also to Liberty Reserve. Some of you may have read about Liberty Reserve in the past, and the first time web money has been introduced to the German-speaking ecosystem. It's because of German cyber criminals with Russian or Eastern European roots were aware of web money and tried to start their business with this currency. But for a long period, they still stayed with Liberty Reserve until it's been shut down by US law enforcement. So they started to send cash by mail, stuffed in a book or in a teddy bear, and sent by mail. And they had to wait several days until the stuffed teddy bear with some €100 has been received by the vendor, and then he did send his good to the buyer. They did a lot of MoneyGram and Western Union transfers. It's been due to high quality fake IDs, German fake IDs in this time period. But today and since 2006, Bitcoin has been the number one cryptocurrency and currency for German-speaking cyber criminals. And now since 2020 or 2019, some of them, or a lot of them, are now switching to Monero. It's just because they've been aware that law enforcement was able to track Bitcoin really good and to get hold of anyone using Bitcoin, even if he's using a Bitcoin mixer. So they're switching to the private coin, Monero. The next difference, and a huge difference to the other cybercrime areas and ecosystems we are aware of, is that with a very, very few exceptions, the German-speaking underground economy has not offered any known malware or exploit in its forums. So all the remote access Trojan, exploit developers, macro document developers we are aware of on the English-speaking and Eastern European and international forums, you won't find them in German-speaking, or you didn't find them in German-speaking forums. Those who had the skill and also the language skill were always active on the Eastern European and international forums. Where other nations have made a name for themselves with Zeus, Carbonac, SpyEye, or Gantt Club ransomware, the German-speaking underground economy or community, payment fraud and document fraud has been the main business for almost 15 years. And it is until today that they focus on anything payment fraud related. If it's a bank drop, if it's a credit card, if it's an eBay account, or anything where you can get money from prepaid debit cards, this is their business to make their income and their living off. And the journey with all the first international known German-speaking cyber criminal with Marcus Keller, aka Matrix, or one vendor of credit card templates on Darkmarket WS. And he lived in a small city next to Stuttgart in the southern west part of Germany. And he's been a student from Eislingen, and he made an international career as an online criminal because his case exposed an FBI undercover operation on Darkmarket. Marcus Keller has been tipped off during his time as a vendor on Darkmarket that he received an anonymous email warning him that Darkmarket WS is a sting run by the FBI in the States, and his phone's being monitored. The police knew his name. He was supposed to destroy evidence and warn other carders or cyber criminals, because the FBI really run, until this day, own VPN service on Darkmarket WS, to get more intel on other cyber criminals using this forum. To this day, it remains unclear who tipped him off. So with who, I mean the exact name of this person or persons who tipped him off. Where this tip came from, well, is still known because it's originated from the State Criminal Investigations Department in Baden-Württemberg. And all these career and his case exposed happened because of a journalist from a German-speaking, really small news channel did some research and, well, confronted the FBI with his research. And so they had to rush up the sting operation and raid everything. But what happened to Marcus is that in Islingen, the doorbell rang in the morning shortly afterwards. And yeah, I stood in front of the door, definitely not DHL, ding dong, and the police, the German police, waiting for Marcus. But Marcus, been surprisingly tough, the young Swabian, asked to be allowed to put something on quickly. So in his room, he managed to switch off the running computer, and Matrix, or aka Marcus, had highly encrypted the hard disk. His password had 64 characters, and the computer failed as evidenced against him. And so, first German-speaking international cybercriminal has become public, and his case been really become public in the German news or the media outlets, and he's been convicted for several years. And he finished his studying and started working as a white hat or a legal career as a webmaster and web designer. The first spin-off from the international communities, like I showed you in the beginning, has been Hacksector. 2005, they created their first German-speaking, native German-speaking forum. 20,000 users, 98% German-speaking, 2% English-speaking. Did the main business in hacking, cracking, worse, freaking, payment fraud, or social engineering. The beginners, the early adapters, the first cyber criminals, German-speaking cyber criminals, they came also from the wares and the FXP scene. So downloading books, music, Napster, file sharing, Emule, all this people, these teenagers, they came from there and started the cybercrime career on Hacksector, because the main business, credit card selling as a CC with a CC number, CVV, and expiry date, had brought the administrators or made the administrators they made a lot of money with it. So you paid between 5 and 10 euros per credit card in the past, and you were able to purchase goods worth 2,000 or 3,000 euros. And in the past, we didn't have any anti-fraud detection or mechanism in Germany. So all you had to do at the online shop is to enter these trivial details like the number, the CVV, expiry date, and, well, name, surname, and that's it. And the goods has been delivered to your parcel door. And that was really well lucrative for all the German cyber criminals. And because the origin of the stolen cards has been hacked shops, databases, and phishing. In the past, the credit cards has been stored on infrastructure and in plain text. So the databases, they've been not so encrypted as it is today, not so highly secured. Credit card scans or copies and even the numbers from the customers, they've been stored in plain text. And yeah, you can imagine how easy it's been for the criminals to access them and to resell them on the underground. Hacksector had 3 years of undisturbed business, and it's been shut down, and arrests has happened in 2008, and no significant convictions happened till then because of we didn't have any meaningful anti-cybercrime laws in Germany this time. This all changed, the behavior changed with the 1337 or also Lead Crew in 2007. Led and run by the administrator Dominic B. from Vienna in Austria. He's working as an IT security consultant today. Lead Crew had 120,000 users, 30,000 active users, and 100% native German speakers. It's been a huge difference and jump from being or starting a German speaking cybercrime forum to Lead Crew, because Lead Crew started being professional. Next to cybercrime, well, business like selling credit cards or German credit cards to other German-speaking cyber criminals. Their business of Lead Crew has been offering in bank drops of any bank available in Germany. Password and document fraud, virtually and physically. So you were able to get a physical German ID, plastic ID in your hands to do your business. Payment fraud in any kind, again, purchasing everything which we can make money with a credit card, with a bank account. Carding, so yeah, ordering goods with stolen payment fraud or payment details. House drops, parcel drops. House drops been so, parcel drops been so professional that there's been 2 vendors on the Lead Crew, well, offering between 50 and 120 different addresses in the whole Germany at the same time to receive your package and to resend it to you. Still, credit card selling has been a business factor there, and the first time credit card dumps and pins been sold and offered there, but the dumps and pins had been reseller. Yeah, that's been reseller from the international community. So it's just been one user reselling dumps and pins from international communities. The first time German-speaking cyber criminals started talking about skimming. No skimmer vendor or ATM skimmer offered for sale there, but they started talking, chatting about it, how to make money out of skimming. A really successful and professional business in botnet selling and DDoS service. So botnet selling and DDoS really for DDoSing infrastructure and extortion. So they DDoS different payment shops and, well, asked for money to stop the DDoS attack. And Lead Crew protected itself on its own bulletproof hosting service in Russia, and also offered for other cyber criminals with Heihachi the secure web space, Linux VPS or Windows VPS, so they could start their own cybercrime business there. Credit cards for free, or even €2 to €3 per credit card. It's been a normal offer there on this forum. DDoS against large German payment providers, especially during Christmas time. It's been a standard business for them. The shutdown by German police in 2009 with 145 convictions and a jail time between 3 and 5 years for different cyber criminals. So Lead Crew has been shut down and the people fled to and run to another cybercrime haven. They wanted to, well, do their business, continue their business. So they went to Cardus, KZ, or CC in 2009. The leading minds there, Aris, Tiberius, Damus, and Sutke. Aris, an Iraqi from Basra, living in Mainz near Germany. Been rumored he's been married and had 3 children at the time, so 2 months, 4 years, and 10 years old. And we had Sutke with a highly professional document forger. But all 4 were leading experts in shop hacking and skimming. At peak times, well, 150,000 credit card records or details were traded each month there. And there was a highly professional skimming department with hardware and software developers and a focus on the German market. And with Sir Mortimer, the first German-speaking professional skimming vendor, offered the first Diebold or Diebold skimmer for ATMs in Germany there. 50,000 active users, 60% German-speaking, 20% Russian, and 20% from other countries. Besides Cardus, KZ, and the Lead Crew, well, parallel various cybercrime communities have tried to establish themselves on the market. Swissfaking, Russian Allied, Darkmarket, they all tried it beside or parallel to the other forums. And Swissfaking, the first forum run from Switzerland, led by Bulldozer and Figmaus. There were 3 versions of this community and 2 exit rips. And with the last exit rip, the only Swiss cybercrime forum to date vanished from the DACH market. Russian Allied, the name was the motto, 30% German, 70% Russian, Eastern European speaking, led by Werner and Alexei. Now, officially, the forum was closed due to internal disputes, but the truth is that Alexei has started to distribute child pornography. And this business was going very well. The main source of income were fake shops with a monthly turnover of almost 600,000 euros. And here you see one of the two in front, or in court in front of the judge, convicted because of distributing child pornography. And last but not least, there has been also Darkmarket SU. It's little known and it's been a little bit different than the other communities, and it's a little unknown who the administrators were, because there were some users who worked and acted like an admin, but from how the forum has been structured and organized, so professional as it has been, the admins and moderators, they've been really, let's say, they acted script kiddie-like. So it seems like there were other people, the real people stayed back in the background and let others doing their work. Highly specialized in fake IDs and payment fraud, again with credit cards. A famous user called Symbios gave away credit cards for free with a limit on 5 or 10,000 euro on a daily basis. So you got a credit card for free and you were able to buy stuff and goods worth 5,000 euros. And the users who used these credit cards, they made, well, proof pictures of the goods they received and put them on the forum with a nice tagging like, "Thank you, Symbios, for all the free money and the free stuff we ordered with your credit cards." They were the best fake IDs from Germany available, which even worked in banks, in-store in the banks, and bypassed even federal printing office scanners. Because here supply chains were compromised in order to obtain the raw material to create these fake IDs. And what happened with Darkmarket is that from one day to the next, the forum disappeared. And till today, it is unknown to me and other threat researchers what happened there. Which will lead us and bring us to some, well, sad and different part of the German-speaking underground economy, Deutschland im Deep Web, DIDW. Deutschland im Deep Web, or DIDW, has been the first German-speaking underground community on the Tor web. So this forum has been accessible only via the Tor browser. And you read it here in terms of content, everything is allowed. Spam and fraud were tolerated, but child pornography has been the only thing that's been banned on this community. And until this day, child pornography has been the only thing banned on Cybercrime Underground. Everything else has been allowed. Explosives, weapon, terrorism, there's been no limits, only child pornography. It's been this thing that no other forum allowed, and even on DIDW not. What happened on DIDW is that with 23,000 active users, 6 million page views per month, led and run by Lucky Specs, aka Alexander Yu, this forum is a sad story of a negative impact on the underground economy. Because on July the 22nd, 2016, there was a rampage and a mass shooting at the Olympia shopping mall in Munich. And the 18-year-old shot 9 people and then himself. And the weapon he purchased through a vendor on the platform DIDW. You can imagine that no expense and no effort was spared to take DIDW offline by law enforcement agents. And they took it offline. The investigators, they investigated so long and so hard that they have taken over a moderator account. And with this moderator account, they involved the administrator in a conversation and told him that his infrastructure is not secure and he should look into it, and he did. At the same time, his apartment was raided so that he could not encrypt his computer in time. He was legally sentenced to 6 years imprisonment for running a cybercrime platform. The arms dealer was sentenced to 7 years imprisonment for accessory to murder. Until this day, there were only 2 bans in the German-speaking underground. These were child pornography and terrorism. This has now been expanded to include any kinds of weapons trafficking. And until today, it stays so. No terrorism, no child pornography, no weapons, no explosives. Since 2016 or 2017, weapons and explosives is forbidden in the whole German-speaking underground economy. This is him in front of the judge, and bring us to the final destination, crime network. The forum where you start as a cyber criminal today, a German-speaking cyber criminal. If you want to start your career in Germany or in the German-speaking area, you go and start with Crime Network. Version 1, version 2, and version 3, since 2015 until today, Crime Network is online. Drugs, payment methods of any kind, or the SIM swapping, money laundering, fake bank accounts, false passwords, and documents of any kind, and DDoS attacks are offered from Crime Network. They are structured the same way as the international communities. You got an offer section, a search section, marketplace profile, auction section, and even a poker section for cyber criminals to play poker with their bitcoins. Version 1 and version 2 is guided by Mark Rajabi. Rumors saying he's from Iran, but all we know is that he did an exit rip with 45 million euros worth of Bitcoin. And since version 3, it's led by Meister Ede. And all SIM swapping attacks in the DACH region were organized and carried out there through insider threats at the different mobile carriers. 2/3 of all German fake swaps with a turnover of more than 200,000 euros per month are offered there and are sold there. And such a low level or entry-level crime network, forum, underground community, well, it's enough to get your own series on Netflix. Some of you know the series How to Sell Drugs Online Fast on Netflix. Well, it's a story of Shiny Flakes, the most known vendor in the past for offering drugs on Crime Network. He lived with his mother and organized everything from his childhood room. Well, he got busted, raided. They got 320 kilos on drugs, worth 4.1 million euro. And he got his own Netflix series and got several years behind bars, but that's where you can start your own career as a movie or a series star on TV. In German-speaking cyber criminals, these are not hackers sitting in the cellar or with the basement with with a hoodie and sunlight. People look like here on these pictures, well busted by the police and getting in front of a judge. And these are German-speaking cyber criminals. And thank you for your time, for listening to this and getting more infos and intel about how the German-speaking underground economy started and organized themselves and how they look like today. Thank you very much. And for any further question, just drop me a mail and I'm happy to share any more intelligence and info with you. Thank you.